There comes a moment in every human life when silence becomes louder than noise. A moment where you pause, look at the direction of your days, and whisper to yourself, "Is this really the best I can be?" It's a quiet moment, a private moment, but it is the birthplace of transformation. The Stoics believed the universe sends us these whispers, not to shame us, but to wake us, to remind us that every sunrise is an invitation to stop drifting, to stop delaying, to stop sleepwalking through a life that demands your participation. Because the truth is simple, time is not your enemy. Waste is. For centuries, great thinkers taught a principle most people still ignore. Life doesn't run out. Your chances do. This is not a message of fear, it's a message of urgency. And today, I'm going to walk you through 11 Stoic laws, deeper, sharper, and more transformative than anything you've heard before. Not inspiration, not motivation, but instruction. Use these laws like a sword. Use them like armor. Use them to build a life that finally reflects the power you already feel inside. Law 1, the law of active life. Do not observe your life, live it. Most people don't live. They watch themselves live, like spectators in their own story. They say they want change, but they wait for permission. They want progress, but they delay until the right time. They crave growth, but remain addicted to comfort. The Stoics knew this paralysis well. That's why they taught, action reveals truth, delay reveals fear. Every day you hesitate, your potential shrinks. Every morning you avoid the fight, your strength dulls. Every hour you spend thinking instead of doing, your belief in yourself quietly erodes. You don't need more motivation, you need movement. You don't need more clarity, you need commitment. You don't need more confidence, you need courage. First, small, imperfect steps. Because your life will not change when you feel ready. It will change the moment you decide, I refuse to stay where I am. Today, choose action over intention. Choose effort over hesitation. Choose life over observation. This is the first law. Live actively, not eventually. Now. Law 2, the law of inner discipline. A man is unstoppable when he obeys himself. People think discipline is punishment, but the Stoics knew discipline was liberation. Why? Because a disciplined person never fears themselves. Their moods don't control them. Their laziness doesn't sabotage them. Their doubts don't silence them. Discipline turns chaos into clarity. It turns fear into structure. It turns weakness into power. But discipline doesn't begin with routines. It begins with the truth about how you spend your time, the truth about the promises you break, the truth about the version of you that operates in silence when nobody is watching. This truth is uncomfortable, but discomfort is the birthplace of self-mastery. Every disciplined choice is a vote for the future you want. Every undisciplined choice is a vote for the past you said you'd leave. You don't become disciplined in a day. You become disciplined in moments. Moments where you choose the harder path because it leads somewhere meaningful. Honor your word, honor your goals, honor your potential. This is the second law. Master yourself, and the world becomes manageable. Law 3, the law of uncompromising clarity. A blurred life creates a blurred destiny. Most people don't struggle because they are weak. They struggle because they cannot answer a simple question. Where am I going? A life without direction is exhausting. You wake each morning with energy, but without clarity, your energy scatters into 1,000 meaningless actions. The Stoics demanded something deeper, radical precision, not vague dreams, not soft wishes, not, "I want to be successful someday." Precise targets, precise values, precise standards. Because when you know exactly what you're building, you stop wasting time on what doesn't matter. Clarity turns choices into weapons. Clarity eliminates distractions. Clarity transforms your days from random to intentional. Your life becomes powerful the moment you decide, "This is who I must become. This is what I will build. This is what I refuse to tolerate." Write your values. Define your standards. Choose your direction. This is the third law. Let clarity lead you. Law 4. The law of momentum over motivation. Do not wait to feel ready. Move, and readiness will follow. Humans make a fatal mistake. They wait to feel like taking action. But feelings are weather, unpredictable, unstable, and easily influenced. One bad night of sleep and your motivation evaporates. One comment from someone you respect and your confidence collapses. The Stoics knew that the greatest threat to a man's life is not failure, but waiting for the perfect moment to begin. Motivation is a spark, bright but brief. Momentum is a fire, slow to start, unstoppable once lit. Your job is not to wait for inspiration. Your job is to move even when you feel small, tired, unprepared, or unmotivated. Because action generates motivation, not the other way around. Think of momentum like a river. At first it trickles, barely noticeable. You push and nothing seems to happen. But every drop matters. Every repetition matters. Every day you show up, even weak, even inconsistent, matters. Suddenly, the river grows. Then it carves through rock. Then nothing can stop it. That is momentum, and once you build it, your life becomes lighter. Decisions become easier. Discipline becomes natural. And here's the beautiful truth. You don't need a giant first step. You just need a first step. Start small, start tired, start imperfect, but start. This is the fourth law. Move first. Motivation will meet you on the way. Law 5. The law of elevated company. If you walk with the stagnant, your spirit will stop moving. Your environment is not neutral. It is shaping you, training you, and influencing you, silently but aggressively. Look at the people around you, not what they say, but what they do, not what they dream, but what they build. You will mirror them, whether you like it or not. The Stoics warned, the energy of the people you keep will become the energy inside you. If your circle is filled with people who complain, you'll begin to complain. If your circle avoids responsibility, you'll avoid your own potential. If your circle fears growth, you'll shrink to fit their comfort. But if you walk with builders, you will build. If you walk with disciplined people, you will become disciplined. If you walk with people hungry for greatness, you will feel your own hunger burn again. This is why the Stoics chose their company carefully, not because they were arrogant, but because they understood the cost of a stagnant circle. You must become selective, relentlessly selective. Do they inspire you? Do they challenge you? Do they live by values you admire? Or do they drain you, limit you, encourage your weaknesses instead of your strength? You owe no one your potential. You owe no one your stagnation. Your future is too valuable to be shaped by people who fear growth. If you must walk alone for a season, walk alone. Solitude is better than slow death among the unwilling. This is the fifth law. Choose your company with the same precision you choose your destiny. Law 6. The law of intentional consumption. What you feed your mind becomes the architect of your life. Modern life is loud, noisy, overstimulated. Every second, something is trying to claim your attention, not to grow you, not to elevate you, but to distract you so deeply that you forget your own power. People aren't failing because they're weak. They're failing because they're drowning in mental junk food. Entertainment that numbs them, news that scares them, content that wastes their hours and steals their focus. The Stoics taught, guard your attention like a soldier guards his king. Because your attention determines your identity, and your identity determines your destiny. You must become intentional with what you consume. Every book, every video, every conversation, every habit of your mind. Ask yourself, does this strengthen me or weaken me? Does this prepare me for the life I want or distract me from it? Feed your mind wisdom. Feed it challenge. Feed it knowledge that sharpens you, not content that sedates you. When you master what you consume, you master what you become. This is the sixth law. Curate your mind with the same care you curate your dreams. Law 7. The law of boring mastery. Greatness is built in silence, boredom, and repetition. Most people quit when something stops feeling exciting. But excitement is not the foundation of greatness. Repetition is. You don't become excellent at anything by doing it when it feels new. You become excellent by doing it after the excitement dies, after the motivation fades, after the novelty wears off. This is where ordinary people stop. But this is exactly where extraordinary people begin. The Stoics understood this deeply. They didn't chase stimulation, they chased mastery. Mastery is built in the quiet, in the unremarkable mornings, in the repeated routines, in the slow, steady, predictable work that nobody applauds. We live in a generation addicted to quick results, addicted to shortcuts, addicted to feeling entertained by their own goals. But mastery is boring, it is repetitive, it is slow. And that is precisely why most people never achieve it. Ask any master, a champion fighter, a great writer, a skilled programmer, a remarkable musician, and they will tell you, I succeeded because I did not need the work to entertain me. When you can show up even when the work feels dull, you become unstoppable. Because boredom is not a barrier, it is a filter, a test, a gate. It separates the dreamers from the doers, the curious from the committed, the interested from the invested. Every boring repetition is carving excellence into your character. Every dull session is sharpening your skill. Every monotonous day is building your destiny. This is the seventh law. Embrace boredom. It is the birthplace of mastery. Law 8. The law of the Stoic mindset. Switch. Pain is not your enemy. Misinterpretation is. Most pain does not come from events. It comes from the story you tell yourself about those events. The Stoics mastered a powerful shift. They separated what happens from what it means. When someone insulted them, they asked, is my worth truly affected, or is this just noise? When challenges appeared, they asked, is this an obstacle or an invitation to grow stronger? When life became difficult, instead of collapsing, they reminded themselves, difficulty is not suffering. Difficulty is training. Your interpretations create your emotional reality. Two people can face the same hardship. One breaks, the other becomes unbreakable. Why? Because their mindset assigns a different meaning to the same experience. Your brain will always ask, "Why is this happening to me?" The Stoic mind asks, "How can this make me stronger?" This single shift can change your entire existence. You are not powerless. You are not unlucky. You are not doomed. You are interpreting your life through a lens that might be limiting you. Reframe your hardships. Reinterpret your pain. Reclaim your power. This is the 8th law. Your mind decides whether life breaks you or builds you. Choose wisely. Law 9. The law of purposeful solitude. Your power grows in the moments when no one is watching. Most people fear being alone, not because solitude is painful, but because it forces them to confront themselves. Silence reveals truth. Solitude exposes your habits, and stillness shows you who you really are. The Stoics believed solitude was not a punishment, it was a refinery. It burns away weakness, it sharpens clarity, it strengthens self-awareness. In solitude, you can see your life without noise, your desires without influence, your weaknesses without excuses. This is why powerful people spend time alone intentionally, not to escape the world, but to build the version of themselves they bring back to the world. Look at your heroes. Look at history makers. Look at the disciplined, the wise, the creators of extraordinary lives. Every one of them mastered solitude. They wrote in silence. They trained in silence. They suffered in silence. They grew in silence. Because silence is a teacher, a mirror, a forge. Don't fear being alone. Fear being surrounded by people who don't push you forward. Fear being influenced by noise that drowns your purpose. Fear being so overstimulated that you forget who you are. Solitude is not empty. It is full of answers, insight, and direction. This is the 9th law. Use solitude to build a self worthy of companionship. Law 10, the law of courageous action. The fear you avoid becomes the prison you live in. Fear is natural. Fear is ancient. Fear is wired into your biology. But fear is not the enemy. Avoidance is. The Stoics taught that every avoided fear grows stronger. Every postponed challenge becomes heavier. Every conversation you run from becomes louder in your mind. Fear feeds on hesitation. It thrives in delay. It multiplies in silence. But something incredible happens the moment you act, the moment you step into the thing you've been avoiding. The moment you face what scares you instead of negotiating with it. The fear shatters. The anxiety weakens. The uncertainty dissolves into clarity. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the decision that fear will not lead your life. Every act of courage rewires your character. Every courageous choice strengthens your future self. Every courageous moment expands your life. If you want a bigger life, you must become a bigger person. And that begins with courage. Quiet, unglamorous, internal courage. Do the hard things. Say the difficult truth. Chase the dream that scares you. Start the journey you've been postponing. This is the 10th law. Your life shrinks or expands based on your courage, nothing else. Law 11. The law of regretless living. You will someday run out of later. Everyone thinks they have time. Everyone thinks they'll start tomorrow. Everyone thinks they can delay the life they want without consequence. But there comes a day, a quiet, unannounced day, where later no longer exists. And on that day, you will not remember your doubts. You will not remember your excuses. You will not remember all the reasons you delayed. But you will feel the weight of what you never attempted, what you never expressed, what you never built, what you never dared to become. The Stoics feared one thing above all: regret. Not pain, not difficulty, not failure. Regret. Because regret is permanent. Regret is corrosive. Regret is the knowledge that you betrayed your own potential. Imagine being 80 years old, whispering to yourself, "I could have been more. I should have tried. But I didn't." That is the heaviest weight a human soul can carry, and it is completely avoidable. So live in a way that your future self thanks you for. Live in a way that leaves nothing important undone. Live in a way that the person you become says, "You were brave, you tried, you lived." This is the 11th law. Live now, so you do not mourn later. Listen carefully. There will come a night, maybe soon, maybe far from now, when you lie awake in a quiet room with nothing but your own thoughts. No noise, no distractions, no audience, just you, and the truth about the life you're living. And in that moment, you will feel one of two things: a quiet pride or a quiet shame. Pride that you tried, that you fought, that you lived with intention, that you did not waste the years you were given. Or shame, that you postponed your potential, that you surrendered your time, that you feared judgment more than destiny. This conclusion is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to awaken you. Because the truth is this: you are not stuck, you are not powerless, you are not waiting for permission. You are one decision away from a different life. Just one. Not 10, not 50. One. One moment where you say, "This version of me is no longer enough." That moment becomes a spark. The spark becomes a flame. The flame becomes a life you are proud to live. But you must start. You must choose. You must step. The Stoics believed life is not measured in years, but in moments of courage. And right now, this is one of those moments. So pause, breathe, listen. Somewhere inside you, a voice has been whispering, softly, patiently, persistently. You are meant for more than this. You've ignored it, silenced it, negotiated with it, but not tonight. Tonight, honor it. Tonight, answer it. Tonight, decide that your future deserves your effort. Your past does not define you. Your mistakes do not define you. Your fears do not define you. You are defined by your next choice, your next action, your next step. And when your life ends, and one day it will, the world will not remember your excuses. It will remember your courage. Stand tall, lift your eyes, step forward. Build the life you've been imagining in silence. Live with a mind of steel and a heart of fire. Walk into your future with intention, discipline, and a spirit that refuses to break. This is your time. This is your chance. This is your life. Do not waste it. Let's slow down just for a moment. You've listened to this message. You've walked through the laws. You've allowed these truths to enter your mind, and maybe even touch parts of your life you've ignored. Now pause, breathe, let the silence settle. Because everything you just heard means nothing if you walk away unchanged. You are not here by accident, not here by coincidence. You found this message because something inside you is shifting, a quiet internal revolution that refuses to be ignored any longer. Maybe you're tired of being stuck. Maybe you're tired of pretending everything is fine. Maybe you're tired of living a life that doesn't feel like yours. Or maybe you simply know there is more inside you, more strength, more discipline, more direction, more purpose, waiting to be awakened. So let's recap, slowly. Let these words settle deep, let them echo, let them become a part of you. You learned that action beats intention, discipline is freedom, clarity is power, momentum is survival. Your circle shapes your destiny. Your mind becomes what you consume. Mastery is built in boredom. Your interpretation shapes your reality. Solitude strengthens the soul. Courage expands your world. And regret is the only true enemy. These are not just ideas. They are invitations to rise higher, to live deeper, to choose strength over comfort and purpose over distraction. And now, I want to ask you something important, something simple but powerful. What part of this message spoke to you the most? Was it the call for discipline, the warning against regret, the reminder to choose courage? Whatever it was, I want you to write it in the comments, right now, not later, not someday, now. Because the moment you write it, you make a commitment to yourself. You plant a seed of change. You take the first step toward the future you've been imagining. So comment it. Own it. Declare it. And if this message reached you, if it reminded you of your strength, if it awakened something you thought you lost, then take one more step. Subscribe to this channel. Not for me, but for you. So that every week you receive a reminder of who you're becoming. A push, a spark, a discipline, a voice in your life that says, keep going. You're closer than you think. This journey is not a single video. It is a transformation, a rebuilding of mind and character, a long, steady walk toward the life you deserve. So join this community, subscribe, stay connected, and keep rising. One day, not long from now, you will look back and realize something. This was the moment it all changed. This was the moment you woke up. This was the moment you chose to live. This was the moment you decided your future mattered. Carry these laws with you. Carry these truths with you. Carry this fire with you. Your life is calling. Answer it. And remember, you are capable of more than you've ever allowed yourself to believe. I'll see you in the next video.